This is a 4-port USB-C hub. I received this to review for free from the Vine Voice Review program. If you wanted to buy it, it would cost you $20. They have not paid me for this review, and my opinions are my own. So in the box you get a little thank you card, a product brochure, mini manual, and the USB-C hub itself. So this USB-C hub has a USB-C port you plug into your computer. So according to the manual, this has two USB-C ports, which are USB-C 3.1 Gen 1, and then it has two USB-A ports, which are USB 3.0. The data transfer rate is claimed to be up to 5 gigabits per second. So when I plug it into my MacBook Air, the blue light turns on and there is a question prompt here, allow this accessory connect. It's a USB 3.0 hub by VIA Labs. We're going to allow that. And now, hopefully, I will be able to use two USB ports here, plus the one additional USB port that's free there, plus two USB-A ports. Now this guy is billed as a USB hub. It absolutely does not say anything about USB-C power delivery. And so I'm not expecting this necessarily to charge my laptop through the hub, but I want to check to see if it can. And as I expected, the answer is no. It's not pulling any power in at all. It's staying at 5 volts. So you will still need to plug your laptop in via either the magnetic attachment point or one of the two USB-C cables if you wish to charge while using this guy. Now that's okay because there's two ports here and you essentially get those two ports back there plus two USB-A ports, but don't expect to be able to put a lot of power through this guy. Also coming out to charge devices, I don't think we're going to get a lot of power to come out. It mentioned 0.9 amps was the output power for charging devices off of this hub. So plugging my phone in, it is charging slowly. It's delivering 5 volts at 0.4 amps, so it's drawing in 2.2 watts. So it's a relatively slow charge rate. If your screen was on, it might actually lower your battery while the screen was on. If the screen's off, it'll probably charge it up, but it'll go slowly. So this is not a charging hub. This is a data transfer hub. So I plug this into the USB-A port, that's the square port, and it's actually doing more power. So it's 5 volts at 0.9 amps. So that's the 0.9 amps they were talking about on these two USB-A ports. And so that's 4.5 watts. So that's a reasonable charging rate for a phone. It's kind of slow charging your phone. It's better than you get on the USB-C port. So if you want to charge your phone, the A ports will actually do it faster than the USB-C ports. Now with these USB-A ports, you might have noticed the screen on this guy, when I tried plugging in that way when it worked, the screen actually faces the back. And so these USB-A ports are oriented in the opposite direction from my laptop, so that on your device or your cable, the thick part has to be at the top to match in with these things. So just, orient your cables correctly when you're plugging it into there. Alright, I plugged a USB-C card reader in here and I'm transferring some data. It has a 4 gigabyte file and it says, hey, it's going to take about 3 minutes to transfer this file. So that's the speed I would get if I plug this into the port itself. It's limited by the card and the card reader here. So the USB 3 hub is not slowing down my transfer at all. I'm not able to test the full 5 gigabits per second claim on it, but it's certainly doing a reasonable speed. Alright, so at this price point, I feel this delivers pretty good value. It is a USB 3.0 hub. It is not a power delivery hub, and it's not really suitable for charging devices off of it. You plug this into a USB-C port, you get two USB-A ports, two USB-C ports, good for data transfer. These guys will do 0.9 amps out of them. These guys here do a little bit less, so plenty to power any accessory devices, but it's not going to be charging devices off of these very quickly. So this is mostly a data transfer device to give yourself more ports off of USB-C port.